The day you stop explaining yourself is the day your life begins to change. Most people spend years fighting battles that should never have existed. They fight for attention. They fight for approval. They fight to be understood by people who have already chosen not to understand them. And while they are fighting these battles, their real life quietly waits. Your future waits. Your discipline waits. Your potential waits. Because your energy is scattered everywhere except where it belongs. You watch people who contribute nothing to your growth. You react to opinions that add nothing to your wisdom. You chase validation from those who cannot even validate themselves. Then you wonder why you feel exhausted. The answer is simple. You are leaking your power. Every moment spent trying to convince the world of your worth is a moment stolen from becoming worthy in the first place. The oak tree does not announce that it is growing. The mountain does not defend its height. The river does not stop to explain its direction. They simply become what they were meant to become. Quietly, patiently, relentlessly. There is a lesson hidden in that. Strength does not need witnesses. Growth does not need applause. Transformation does not need an audience. The greatest changes in nature happen in silence. The seed breaks open beneath the soil where nobody can see it. The diamond is formed under pressure in complete darkness. The sun rises every morning without asking for permission. Real power moves the same way. Silence is not weakness. Silence is not fear. Silence is not surrender. Silence is the refusal to waste energy. Silence is self-respect. Silence is mastery over the impulse to react. Most people think silence means doing nothing. They are mistaken. Real silence is full of action. It is waking before dawn, when comfort tells you to stay asleep. It is training when nobody is watching. It is studying when nobody is praising. It is healing when nobody apologizes. It is choosing discipline when excuses are easier. It is choosing peace when anger demands a performance. That is not weakness. That is strength in its purest form. The world is full of people who cannot sit alone with themselves, so they fill every empty space with noise. More conversations, more distractions, more opinions, more drama. Anything to avoid the one question that matters. What am I doing with my life? Silence forces you to face that question, and that is why many people fear it. Because silence reveals what noise hides. It reveals your habits. It reveals your excuses. It reveals the gap between who you are and who you claim to be. The distracted mind runs from this truth. The disciplined mind bows to it, and then it begins to work. You say you want peace, but do you protect your mind? You say you want focus, but do you control your attention? You say you want success, but do your daily actions deserve it? These questions are uncomfortable. Good. Growth begins where comfort ends. The truth is that your attention is your life. Whatever owns your attention eventually owns your future. If your attention belongs to comparison, your peace disappears. If your attention belongs to other people's opinions, your identity becomes fragile. If your attention belongs to old wounds, your future remains chained to your past. But when your attention returns to your own mind, your own habits, your own actions, something remarkable happens. You become whole, no longer scattered, no longer divided, no longer pulled in 10 directions by every emotion and every opinion. You become centered. And the centered person is difficult to control. Praise does not intoxicate them. Criticism does not destroy them. Delay does not discourage them. Rejection does not define them. Why? Because their foundation exists within themselves. The storm may shake the branches, but the roots remain untouched. This is what true discipline creates. A trained mind does not obey every feeling. It observes. Anger appears. The trained mind observes. Fear appears. The trained mind observes. Doubt appears. The trained mind observes. Doubt appears. The trained mind observes. Doubt appears. The trained mind observes. It understands a powerful truth. Just because something enters your mind does not mean it deserves authority over your life. You are not your temporary emotions. You are the awareness that chooses what to do with them. That choice is freedom. Most people spend their lives reacting. Few spend their lives choosing. And that difference creates completely different destinies. Focusing on yourself does not mean becoming selfish. It means becoming responsible. A selfish person demands that others fill the emptiness within them. A responsible person develops the courage to face that emptiness and transform it. Stop expecting other people to give you confidence. Build it. Stop expecting other people to give you discipline. Practice it. Stop expecting other people to give you peace. Protect it. The life you want is built from the inside out, never the other way around. You do not need to explain your journey to everyone. Not every dream requires an audience. Not every plan requires an announcement. Not every wound requires a witness. Some things grow stronger when protected. A flame exposed to every wind struggles to survive. A flame protected long enough becomes a fire. Guard your energy the same way. Move quietly, work deeply, improve consistently. Let results speak where words once tried to. There will be people who misunderstand your silence. Let them. Some will call you distant because they lost access to your reactions. Some will call you arrogant because you stopped shrinking yourself. Some will call you cold because you no longer participate in unnecessary drama. Let them. You are not responsible for managing every opinion that exists about you. You are responsible for managing yourself. The moment you understand this, life becomes lighter. You stop carrying burdens that were never yours. You stop defending yourself in courtrooms that exist only in other people's minds. You stop wasting years trying to be accepted by people committed to misunderstanding you. And suddenly, you have energy again. Energy to build, energy to learn, energy to heal, energy to become. That is when transformation accelerates. Not because the world changed, because you changed. The strongest version of you will never be born from revenge. It will never be born from proving people wrong. It will never be born from winning arguments. It will be born from mastering yourself. Master your attention, master your habits, master your reactions, master your mind. A person who conquers others may gain power. A person who conquers themselves gains freedom, and freedom is worth more than applause, worth more than approval, worth more than recognition. One day, people will notice your growth. One day, they will ask what changed. One day, they will wonder how you became so calm, so focused, so unshakable, and the answer will be simple. You stopped chasing the world. You started mastering yourself. You stopped explaining. You started building. You stopped reacting. You started observing. You stopped leaking your power. And for the first time in your life, all of that power began flowing in one direction, forward. Before you try to change your life, understand this. The reason nothing is falling into place is not because the world is against you. It is because your attention is everywhere except where it belongs. You watch people who do not build your future. You explain yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. You react to noise, chase approval, defend your worth, and call it effort. Meanwhile, your potential sits in silence, waiting for you to come home. The day you stop seeking permission to become who you are, everything begins to shift. Not because life suddenly becomes easier, not because people become kinder, not because the road becomes smooth, but because your energy finally stops flowing outward and begins flowing inward. And when energy moves inward, power is born. Most people spend their entire lives leaking power. They leak it through comparison, they leak it through resentment, they leak it through endless explanations, they leak it through arguments that change nothing. They leak it through people who contribute nothing to their growth. Then they wonder why they feel weak. How could they not? A bucket with holes can never stay full. And the modern world teaches you to live with holes. Everyone wants your attention. Everyone wants your reaction. Everyone wants a piece of your mind. Very few people want you to master it. This is why silence is sacred. Not because silence is empty, but because silence is where you recover what the world has stolen. Silence is where you meet yourself. Silence is where illusion dies. Silence is where excuses lose their voice. And silence is where strength is forged. The weak fear silence, because silence reveals. It reveals the habits they keep hiding. It reveals the promises they keep breaking. It reveals the gap between who they are and who they pretend to be. Noise is comfortable. Noise gives you somewhere to run. Silence leaves you standing face to face with truth. And truth asks only one question. What are you doing with your life? Not what your friends are doing. Not what your enemies are doing. Not what society is doing. You, what are you doing? This question has changed more lives than motivation ever will. Because motivation excites. Truth transforms. The moment you become serious about your life, you stop asking who is watching. You start asking who you are becoming. You stop measuring progress through attention. You measure it through discipline. You stop counting followers. You start counting promises kept. You stop asking for respect, you become respectable. Understand this deeply. The seed never announces its growth. The mountain never explains its height. The sun never asks for recognition. And yet all three transform the world, quietly, powerfully, without permission. Nature does not perform, nature becomes. Learn from this. There is a sickness in the modern mind. People want fruit before roots, respect before discipline, results before sacrifice, victory before preparation. So they talk too much, they announce too much. They expose every plan before it is strong enough to survive the wind. Then doubt enters, criticism enters, jealousy enters, distraction enters, and suddenly the dream collapses. Not because it was impossible, because it was exposed too early. Not every dream needs an audience, not every battle needs witnesses, not every goal needs to be announced. Some things must be protected while they are growing. A young tree survives because it is sheltered. A strong tree survives because it endured storms. Know the difference. Your attention is your life. Where your attention goes, your future follows. If your attention belongs to other people's opinions, your future belongs to them. If your attention belongs to comparison, your peace becomes a prisoner. If your attention belongs to yesterday's pain, tomorrow never arrives. But when your attention returns to your breath, your habits, your mind, your work, your choices, something extraordinary happens. You become collected. And a collected human being is a powerful force, not because they dominate others, because they no longer need to. Praise does not intoxicate them. Criticism does not destroy them. Delay does not discourage them. Failure does not define them. Rejection does not break them. They have stopped living like leaves in the wind. They have become the tree. Strong roots, deep foundation, unshakable center. This is what discipline creates. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is self-respect in action. It is waking when comfort begs you to stay asleep. It is training when nobody is watching. It is studying when nobody is applauding. It is healing when nobody apologizes. It is remaining calm when anger wants to become a performance. It is walking away when the ego demands one final battle. These moments seem small. They are not. A life is built from moments. Character is built from choices. Destiny is built from repetition. The world celebrates dramatic victories. Wisdom respects daily discipline. Because daily discipline creates the victories people call luck. You say you want peace, then protect your mind. You say you want focus, then protect your attention. You say you want greatness, then protect your time. Nobody can do this for you. No mentor, no friend, no partner, no book. The responsibility is yours, and responsibility is not a burden. Responsibility is freedom. The day you stop blaming circumstances is the day your power returns. You may not control every storm, but you control how you stand within it. You may not control every wound, but you control whether the wound becomes your identity. You may not control every ending, but you control what grows from it. This is inner leadership. And inner leadership changes everything, because life is not one outside first. It is one inside first. There is a kingdom within you. Your thoughts are its messengers. Your habits are its soldiers. Your values are its laws. Your attention is its currency. Your body is its temple. Your breath is its gate. Look carefully. Who sits on the throne? Fear, comfort, approval, distraction, old pain, or awareness? Who rules your kingdom? Because whatever rules within you eventually rules your life. Most people are not exhausted because life is difficult. They are exhausted because they are fighting themselves. One part wants growth, another wants comfort. One part wants freedom, another wants excuses. One part wants transformation, another wants to remain the same. This inner conflict drains more energy than any external challenge. The solution is not force, the solution is clarity. See clearly, choose clearly, clearly, repeat, day after day, year after year, until discipline becomes identity, until focus becomes natural, until peace becomes your default state. Then something remarkable happens. People begin to notice, not because you told them, because they feel it. They feel the weight of your presence. They feel the steadiness of your energy. They feel the calm that comes from a mind that is no longer at war with itself. And they ask, what changed? The answer is simple. You stopped explaining. You started building. You stopped reacting. You started observing. You stopped chasing. You started becoming. You stopped feeding distractions. You started feeding discipline. You stopped leaking power. And for the first time in your life, all of that power moved in one direction, forward, silently, relentlessly, like a river cutting through stone, like a tree reaching toward the sky, like a warrior who no longer needs to prove his strength, because every step already reveals it. Remember, the loudest thing in the room is rarely the strongest. The strongest force in nature is often silent. The deepest waters make the least noise. The tallest mountains never speak. And the most dangerous person is not the one who talks about transformation. It is the one who wakes up every day and lives it. Become that person. Say less, observe more, train harder, protect your attention, master your mind, guard your peace, and let your life become the proof.